Over 60? Then let me ask you something important. What's the very first thing you eat each morning? And could that simple choice be quietly draining the strength from your legs? Here's the truth most people never hear. After 60, mornings matter more than almost any other time of day.
If you start your day with just coffee, a slice of toast, or sometimes nothing at all, your body doesn't stop to wait politely. It keeps breaking down muscle that was already being used overnight for energy. And when that continues day after day, year after year, it shows up in ways you feel every single step. Weaker legs, trouble climbing stairs, wobbly balance, and a constant fear of falling.
But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be that way. In fact, there's one simple morning choice that can turn things around. The right food within the first hour of waking can switch off that muscle breakdown, protect the strength you already have, and even tell your body to start repairing and rebuilding. Think about it. Breakfast is not just a tradition, it's a biological signal. It's the moment you tell your muscles, stay strong, stay steady, stay ready. In this video, I'll guide you step by step through 5 specific morning foods. We'll begin with the ones that are helpful but not the strongest, and build up to the single choice that's most powerful, the one most people overlook, yet the one that can make the biggest difference in how solid your legs feel every day. So stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to share could mean the difference between slowing down with age or walking tall, climbing stairs with ease, and keeping your independence for years to come. Let's start with the very first food, the humble whole egg. For decades, eggs carried an unfair reputation. Many older adults were warned to avoid them, worried that the cholesterol in the yolk might harm their hearts. But today, modern research paints a very different picture. For most healthy adults in their 60s and 70s, eggs are not only safe, they're one of the most powerful tools you can use to protect your leg muscles.
Here's why. Eggs deliver some of the highest quality protein you can find. They contain all 9 essential amino acids, and among them is one superstar called leucine. Think of leucine as the on switch for muscle repair. Without enough of it, your body simply doesn't get the signal to rebuild, no matter how much general protein you eat.
This is especially important because of something called anabolic resistance. As we age, our muscles become harder to wake up. The same small serving of protein that once kept you strong in your 20s may no longer be enough in your 60s. That's why starting your morning with a leucine-rich food like eggs is so effective.
The science here isn't abstract. Clinical studies on older adults who ate whole eggs with breakfast showed clear, measurable improvements. Faster walking speeds, stronger legs, better balance.
These translate into real-life changes you can feel. Standing up from a chair without strain, climbing stairs without pausing, or walking without that nagging fear of stumbling.
But eggs offer more than protein. The yolk is a treasure chest of nutrients seniors often miss. Vitamin D helps muscles contract and bones stay strong. Vitamin B12 keeps nerves sharp, ensuring that signals from your brain reach your legs quickly and clearly.
Choline strengthens the communication between nerves and muscles, keeping your coordination steady. And heme iron supports healthy circulation, carrying oxygen to your muscles so they perform without fatigue or cramping.
How you prepare eggs makes a difference. Boiled, poached, or gently scrambled with a little olive oil keeps their benefits intact. Frying them in butter or piling on processed meats cancels out the good by adding saturated fats and sodium.
For most people, 1 or 2 whole eggs within the first hour of waking is enough to flip that muscle switch back on, giving your legs a steady, confident start to the day. And remember, this is just the first step. The next foods build on this foundation, adding even more strength and stability.
Now let's move to the second food, a breakfast classic that becomes far more powerful when prepared the right way: oatmeal. especially when paired with chia seeds.
At first glance, oatmeal may not look like much, but for older adults, it addresses one of the most overlooked challenges after 60, blood sugar stability. As we age, our bodies grow more sensitive to sharp spikes and crashes in blood sugar. Those swings can leave you drained, dizzy, and unsteady. Even more importantly, they interfere with the way your body uses protein for repair. In other words, unstable blood sugar doesn't just sap your energy, it slows down the very process that keeps your legs strong.
That's where oatmeal shines. Oats contain a soluble fiber called beta-glucan, which slows digestion and releases glucose gradually into your bloodstream. This steady stream of energy reduces inflammation, supports recovery, and helps prevent the silent wear and tear that accelerates muscle aging.
And when you stir in chia seeds, this humble bowl of oats transforms into a genuine muscle-supporting meal. Chia seeds are tiny, but they pack a powerful nutrient punch. Magnesium to ease morning stiffness and cramps, calcium and potassium to keep your muscles contracting and relaxing smoothly, and omega-3 fatty acids to calm chronic inflammation that can otherwise damage both muscle and nerve tissue. There's another hidden bonus. Chia seeds absorb liquid and form a gel, slowing digestion even further and improving hydration. Muscles that are well hydrated and supplied with electrolytes don't tire as quickly and are less likely to cramp during the day.
I've seen patients who simply added oatmeal with chia to their breakfast notice fewer leg cramps, more consistent energy, and smoother digestion. These may sound like small improvements, but together they add up to steadier mobility and greater confidence with every step.
To get the most benefit, choose rolled oats or steel-cut oats over instant packets, which are often loaded with added sugar. After cooking, stir in at least 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. Top it with blueberries for a boost of antioxidants that fight oxidative stress, or banana slices for extra potassium. Simple, balanced, and easy to prepare. This bowl sets the stage for better muscle preservation throughout the day, and it's only food number 2. The next choice builds on this foundation in a completely different way, tackling another hidden factor behind muscle loss.
Now let's turn to the third food, one that almost everyone has in their kitchen, but few realize just how much it matters for muscle health: the banana.
Bananas are so common that they often get overlooked, almost like background scenery on the breakfast table. Yet inside this simple fruit lies one of the most important minerals for your muscles: potassium. Potassium is what allows the tiny electrical signals in your body to flow. The very signals that tell your muscles when to contract and when to relax. Without enough of it, those signals misfire, and that's when you feel cramps, twitches, or sudden weakness in your legs.
Just one medium banana delivers about 400 milligrams of potassium, nearly 10% of your daily needs. And here's the surprising part. More than half of older adults aren't getting enough. That means a single banana can move you closer to filling a critical gap.
But potassium isn't the only reason bananas matter. They also supply vitamin B6, which supports nerve function, and prebiotic fiber, which feeds the good bacteria in your gut. Why does that matter? A healthy gut helps your body absorb other minerals like calcium and magnesium, 2 nutrients that directly influence how strong, flexible, and steady your muscles feel.
There is one important detail, though. Bananas should be paired wisely. If you eat one alone on an empty stomach, especially if you're sensitive to insulin, it may cause a quick spike in blood sugar. A smarter approach is to add banana slices to your oatmeal, or pair half a banana with Greek yogurt. The protein and fiber slow down sugar absorption, turning what could be a sudden surge into a steady stream of energy.
For people with diabetes, slightly underripe bananas are often a better choice since they contain more resistant starch and less sugar. And for those managing kidney disease, portion size should be adjusted under medical guidance.
For most older adults, though, a banana at breakfast is a safe, simple, and effective way to supply electrolytes, keep your legs steady, and help muscles fire the way they should. And here's the exciting part. The next food takes muscle protection even further, targeting an entirely different weakness that bananas can't address on their own.
The fourth choice may already be sitting in your refrigerator, but perhaps you've underestimated its true power. I'm talking about Greek yogurt. Many of you have enjoyed regular yogurt for years, maybe even decades. It's light, it's familiar, and it feels healthy. But Greek yogurt is different, and that difference matters more than ever after 60.
Here's why. Greek yogurt is strained more thoroughly than regular yogurt. In the process, much of the liquid whey is removed, leaving behind a denser, creamier product that contains nearly twice the protein of the standard cup of yogurt. And for older adults, that single difference can mean the line between gradual decline and daily strength.
Protein is the cornerstone of muscle preservation. After 60, your body's ability to hold on to lean mass depends not just on how much protein you eat, but on the quality and timing of that protein. Greek yogurt delivers on both fronts.
It's especially rich in two proteins, casein and leucine-rich whey. Think of casein as a slow, steady drip feed. Instead of flooding your system all at once, casein releases amino acids gradually over several hours. So when you eat Greek yogurt in the morning, your muscles receive a steady stream of building blocks, keeping them nourished well into the late morning. That's critical because older adults naturally experience overnight muscle breakdown. After hours of fasting, your muscles are vulnerable, already weakened. Casein steps in like a shield, preventing further loss and supplying what's needed for repair.
At the same time, Greek yogurt contains leucine, the very amino acid I mentioned earlier with eggs. If leucine is the on switch for muscle repair, Greek yogurt provides a second push of that signal. It doesn't just start the process, it reinforces it, making sure your body gets the message loud and clear: repair, rebuild, preserve.
But the benefits don't stop there. Greek yogurt is also a powerhouse of calcium and vitamin D, two nutrients that work hand in hand to support both muscle and bone. Calcium is required for every contraction, from the simple act of lifting your foot to the complex motion of climbing stairs. Without it, muscles cramp, spasm, and weaken. Vitamin D, which is often lacking in older adults, makes sure that calcium is absorbed effectively and strengthens your bones at the same time. This partnership is not abstract science. Large studies in older populations show that seniors with higher calcium and vitamin D intake not only had denser bones, but also better mobility and fewer falls. And if you've ever worried about falling, as so many older adults do, you understand just how life-changing that kind of protection can be. Greek yogurt also supports a system you might not immediately connect to your legs, your gut. Inside each serving are probiotics, beneficial bacteria that keep your digestive system balanced. Why does that matter for your muscles? Because nutrients like magnesium and potassium are only helpful if they actually make it into your bloodstream. A weak gut lets those nutrients pass right through you. A strong gut absorbs them efficiently, ensuring every bite you take is truly fueling your muscles and nerves.
I've seen this firsthand. Patients who began including Greek yogurt in their morning routine often reported more reliable energy, fewer cramps, and smoother digestion.
And in many cases, it wasn't just the nutrients. It was the confidence of having a simple, dependable habit that supported their strength day after day. For those who are lactose intolerant, the good news is that there are now lactose-free Greek yogurts widely available. Some find goat's milk or sheep's milk versions easier to digest as well. The goal isn't to force discomfort, it's to find a version that delivers the protein and minerals your body needs without the side effects. One serving in the morning, topped with a few slices of banana or a handful of berries, can become more than just breakfast. It can be the cornerstone of your muscle-preserving strategy. It's quick, it's satisfying, and most importantly, it works.
And remember, this is just the fourth food. The next one may surprise you even more because it tackles muscle weakness from a completely different angle, one most seniors never think about.
Finally, let's move to the fifth choice, the one that surprises most people. Steamed sweet potato with just a pinch of natural mineral salt. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Sweet potatoes for breakfast? For many of us, this food brings to mind holiday dinners, casseroles, or side dishes at supper. But when it comes to protecting your legs and fueling your muscles, few choices are smarter first thing in the morning.
Here's why. Sweet potatoes are rich in complex carbohydrates, the kind of carbs that release energy gradually. Unlike white bread, pastries, or sugary cereals that spike your blood sugar and then send it crashing down, sweet potatoes provide a steady, reliable stream of fuel. That means no mid-morning crash, no heavy feeling in your legs, and no sudden fatigue. Instead, you get hours of steady vitality to move, walk, and stay active.
But energy is only part of the story. Sweet potatoes are loaded with potassium, magnesium, and vitamin C. Potassium keeps your muscles contracting smoothly and your fluid balance steady, just as we saw with bananas. Magnesium calms overactive muscle fibers, helping to prevent cramps. Vitamin C plays an underrated role. It helps your body make collagen, the protein that holds joints and connective tissue together. That means your muscles not only feel strong, but they also stay well anchored to your bones.
Now here's where the real surprise comes in. Adding a small pinch of natural mineral salt, such as Celtic or Himalayan salt. Too often we think of salt only as something to avoid, but natural mineral salts are different. Unlike processed table salt, which is stripped down to pure sodium, mineral salts contain dozens of trace elements, including calcium, magnesium, and zinc. These minerals are vital for nerve signaling and muscle contraction.
For older adults, who often wake up slightly dehydrated, that little pinch of mineral salt can help restore electrolyte balance, improve circulation, and reduce the stiffness that makes mornings so challenging. The key is moderation. A pinch, not a heavy shake. Think of it as seasoning your muscles, not just your food.
Preparation is simple. Steam or bake a small sweet potato until it's tender. Slice it open, add a light sprinkle of mineral salt, and enjoy it warm. Drink a glass of water first, and your body will use both the hydration and the minerals to wake up your muscles. Avoid butter, sugar, or marshmallows. The natural sweetness of the potato is more than enough.
For an even more powerful effect, pair sweet potato with protein, eggs, Greek yogurt, or even oatmeal topped with chia seeds.
That combination delivers steady energy, essential minerals, and high-quality protein, working together from multiple angles to fight muscle loss.
And with this final choice, you can see the bigger picture. Every food we've covered, eggs, oatmeal with chia, bananas, Greek yogurt, and sweet potatoes with mineral salt, is simple, accessible, and proven.
Yet together, they create a morning routine that can protect your independence, keep your legs steady, and help you stay strong well into the years ahead.
The 5 foods we've discussed are not random choices pulled from a list. They were chosen because, together, they form a complete foundation for muscle and nerve health. Eggs supply complete protein and leucine, the switch that turns on muscle repair. Oatmeal with chia stabilizes your blood sugar, reduces inflammation, and keeps recovery on track. Bananas restore potassium and electrolytes, so your muscles can contract and relax without strain. Greek yogurt delivers steady protein along with calcium and probiotics to strengthen both muscle and bone. And sweet potatoes with mineral salt provide lasting energy, plus trace minerals that support circulation, hydration, and nerve signaling. Think of them as a system, not separate foods. Each one covers a critical gap, and together they create a breakfast routine that tells your body, stay strong, stay steady, stay ready. One of the most important lessons for older adults is protein timing. Many people assume that as long as they eat enough protein by the end of the day, they're safe.
But after 60, the body doesn't work that way. Because of anabolic resistance, your muscles need stronger, more frequent signals. Morning is your best chance to provide that signal. Research shows that consuming high-quality protein soon after waking stimulates muscle protein synthesis far more effectively than waiting until later meals. Even if you eat the same total protein overall, skipping it at breakfast leaves you weaker by comparison. Hydration and electrolytes are equally important. Overnight, your body loses fluids through breathing and sweating, leaving you slightly dehydrated when you wake. Dehydrated muscles are more likely to cramp, weaken, or misfire. That's why bananas, chia seeds, and mineral salts are so valuable. Bananas replace potassium, chia holds water in your digestive tract, and mineral salts restore trace electrolytes ordinary table salt can't provide. Combine them with a glass of water first thing in the morning, and your muscles are primed to contract, repair, and rebuild.
But just as important as the right foods are the mistakes to avoid. Skipping breakfast entirely is one of the most damaging habits for seniors. Far from saving calories, it prolongs the catabolic state, leading to more muscle breakdown and ultimately slowing your metabolism. Another mistake is starting with sugar-heavy foods like pastries, processed cereals, or flavored yogurts. These spike blood sugar, then send it crashing down, leaving you fatigued and inflamed. A third mistake is relying only on coffee. While coffee may perk you up temporarily, it delivers no protein, no hydration, and no repair signal. And finally, the old habit of throwing away egg yolks out of cholesterol fears robs you of vitamin D, B12, choline, and iron, nutrients that directly protect your muscles and nerves.
The truth is simple. Aging doesn't have to mean weakness. With the right morning choices, you can preserve your strength, improve your balance, and keep your independence for years longer. So tomorrow morning, don't just grab whatever's quick. Choose foods that work for your muscles, your bones, and your nerves.
Start with 1 or 2 from this list, build the habit, and see how much stronger your legs feel in just a few weeks. Then share this knowledge with a friend who might need it, because staying strong after 60 isn't just about living longer, it's about living better.